Every so often, a rare bird comes into the United States and captivates the birding community. This was the case in December of 2021 when an ABA first record Bat Falcon was reported at Santa Ana National Wildlife Refuge in Hidalgo County, Texas. The discovery was made after a birder named Rebecca posted photos of an unidentified falcon on iNaturalist on December 8th. That bird was later identified as a Bat Falcon, the first one to ever be seen in the United States. Based on the bird's features, it's thought to be a juvenile male. The bird was rediscovered on December 18th at Santa Ana during the Christmas bird count, and birders have been flocking to see it ever since. The Bat Falcon's native range normally spans from northern Mexico to northern Argentina, and there's been some speculation one would show up in the US since they'd been seen close to the Texas border with regularity in the past 20 years. In order to learn more about the impacts the Bat Falcon has had on the region and what it was like to see it in person, I talked to my friend Justin LeClaire from the Coastal Bend Bays and Estuaries program in Texas. What was that like when it showed up, and how quick were you to go check it out?
Oh, man, it was so exciting. I'm up in Corpus now, so I'm about 2.5 hours away from Santa Ana, but getting the report of potential ABA first, just being that close. As soon as somebody refound it the next day, it was like, okay, back to the valley.
Did you get to see it right away? It was just kind of you showed up and there it was?
Yeah, so we showed up pretty early on in the morning, and Santa Ana has this awesome hawk watchtower that goes about 30 feet up into the canopy, and you can see over all the trees. And so we got up there, and some people were on it, and so instantly, birders, look in the scope, get in the scope. So we went to look, and the bird had flown, and we're like, oh, where did it go? And all of a sudden, this just dark silhouette just went right by the hawk tower, and the bird was half a mile away before. So it had just all of a sudden zipped by us, did a little pass, and then went back and perched on a nearby spot, maybe a quarter mile away.
So it sounds really like an awesome experience to have with it.
Yeah, it was awesome. As a first time seeing it. So went over and perched on a pole or a snag, and we went over and got better looks from the road. And then I saw it again actually on the tower, not the tower, but the power pole, where it's been sitting every morning and night basically for the last month and a half, where so many people have gotten to see it. And so it was funny seeing it there later, after getting this kind of, wild look at it on a snag and flying by. And then you just go and it's at the entrance on a power pole sitting there preening,
Does it feel more like looking at a pigeon or something? It's not as majestic as the first one.
It's like a kestrel, because you see kestrels everywhere down here on every power line, every other power pole. It's very common, and it kind of felt like that while it's on that pole.
Have you noticed a big influx of people coming to check it out?
Yeah, I was actually surprised. I mean, I do some eBird reviewing, and so I had noticed an uptick down there, and seen a lot of reports coming from that area. Obviously, it's the U.S. first, ABA first. But on my second trip there, which was maybe 3 weeks after it was found, and I saw on the pole, there was 40 or 50 people there that morning. And Wow. This was several weeks after it was found. So it's just crazy. And that's continued. I mean, just as of a couple weeks ago, there's still dozens of people every morning, basically, or every evening, watching on the pole at least.
Yeah, that's insane. And there's also been a social flycatcher, which was a pretty big deal too, huh?
Yeah, I think fourth ABA record as well. And it's still around. It's over on the UTRGV campus in Brownsville. And yeah, that's also been pretty easy to find if you go and you spend an hour or two looking in the right areas, for sure.
Incredible. You planning on going back to see the Bat Falcon again? Is it worth a third trip?
Hey, if I'm down there, it's only half an hour from basically anywhere in the valley. So if I'm down there again in the next month, or who knows how long it's going to stay, that's a big question mark too. It could just stay, through this coming breeding season. Who knows?
So if anyone has a free day or two, would you say they should go see it?
I mean, I don't advocate for cross-country travel during a pandemic, but it's a cool bird. I'll say that.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking the time, Justin. We really appreciate it.
Sure, no problem.
While the famous Bat Falcon was being seen in Texas, I had the opportunity to see my first Bat Falcons in their native range in Costa Rica. My first sighting was distant, and much like the Texas bird, I was unsure about the ID, but later confirmed it by looking at my pictures.
It's some kind of... Yeah, it might be. Got a turn. It's pretty small. Just had a tiny raptor that we think may have been a Bat Falcon. We got to look into it a little bit more, which would be a really cool species. One of the ones that I was looking to find here in Costa Rica, but that look's not going to cut it. Going to have to find something better.
I also had the opportunity to see these birds 2 other times during my trip, and the best view by far came in the highlands of Costa Rica when a Bat Falcon decided to perch on a branch above us.
There he is.
Bat falcons feed on bats, insects, other birds, and more, and can be identified by their compact body size, orange-colored lower stomach, black back, black and white barred upper stomach, white throat, and black facial markings. It's hard to say how long the individual Texas bird will stay, and if we might see bat falcons in the US with more regularity in the future. Either way, until it leaves, viewers will continue to be amazed by this incredible bird and its story. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Badgerland Birding.
Can we get a Budgie cameo?
Yeah, sure.
I used to have parakeets.
Yeah,
I do miss it.
you can kind of see them. Little mated pair, Rio and Kiwi.